time now. Every day a new day, new things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day a new day, new things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Pull up in the big man range, straight to the stage, make a big man play. Trade 5 others.
All right. Welcome everybody back to the Smoking Tingz podcast. We are back. It's the original crew. We haven't done one of these in a minute, so just like said, let's get back to basics. No guests, just us. Once again, I'm Ebou Taal. I'm Black. I'm African. I'm a Virgo. And to my left,
Jane Dell.
Mm-hmm. And our big bro over there.
Big Rob for the 826. Hashtag my way.
Close.
Yes, sir. I like how you changed that up this time. Okay, he on to something. And it's your boy Eddie B, man. Showtime.13 on the IG.
You think you are
That's your boy.
All right, so as we said, we're back. No special guest this week. You just see us because we just wanted to talk about some recent topics that have been going on. Just get on top of everything that's been going on. It's been a kind of a crazy 2-3 weeks between NBA finals and smoke all over the country and
Floyd Mayweather
and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to get into a lot of that stuff today. But, you know, we're going to keep it light at first. And just what y'all think about this finals that we just had? It just wrapped up last night. Shout out to Utah. Was it Utah? No, not Utah.
Denver Nuggets.
I'm tripping.
Denver Nuggets.
See,
shout out.
Exactly.
Shout out to the Denver Nuggets, man.
They got one.
Hometown, homegrown, Jeff Green, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, no question.
People out there that just got it.
It was well deserved, man. You know, they worked hard. They've been number one all year. They've been one of the teams, man, that's been building, you know, kind of just like how Golden State did. They added pieces year by year. And then, you know, as their guys matured and their games got better, and Jokic obviously developed into a 2-time MVP back-to-back. And he just was able to raise, you know, the ability of his teammates, man, and get the most out of them, get the best out of them, man. And they did that thing. Congratulations.
Yeah. Were y'all entertained by it?
I'm saying I was, man. Jamal Murray, man, put on a hell of a show.
Yeah, those couple of games.
It was exciting to see, you know, the role players, man, step up. You know, Aaron Gordon had a big game. You know, people didn't expect that. But when you see them guys shine, you got to know that they put, you know, the blood, sweat, and tears and a lot of years in it too. You know, they work hard. They practice every day with their guys. So, you know, when they get their moment, it's special. So, yeah, man, it definitely was, you know, an interesting finals. We knew Miami, you know, was one man down and, you know, they took the long road. So, you know, it was a hard-fought battle.
A very, very steep cliff to climb.
Yeah.
From basically being, from play-in to, like, basically last place to get into the finals, which is, like, impossible. Yeah. So, shout out to them. I still wanted to see Boston.
Yeah,
I wanted Boston Lakers.
I think they would have been away.
I wanted Boston Lakers so bad just for everything that shit would have been. Like, possibly, first of all, Boston Lakers.
They both tied up with championships, right? 18,
yeah, I think
18.
so.
So, you know, a lot of people had that in their mind.
Yeah. And then LeBron possibly winning his 5th, and then Tatum possibly winning his 1st with, oh my God, that shit would have been bananas. But maybe next year.
I wanted to see Jimmy win one. I thought that was like his time.
Yeah.
And I think that
yeah.
And then I think he didn't play his best ball either.
He was tired. Yeah, he was tired.
He had some behind the scenes things, some family things going on. So, you know, you do that. You know, on top of, you know, what he pouring out, man, it's exhausting.
They still give rings to people that get second place? I asked somebody this question yesterday.
No.
Rings?
Yeah. People get, like, second place used to get the rings.
The second place don't get nothing.
In the NBA? Yeah, they did, because I remember Charles Barkley got one. He said, I'm never wearing it.
No.
Back in the day, they did, for sure.
Did he get a Eastern Conference Finals ring?
No, I'm not talking about like the bit, obviously not like the championship ring, but they get a ring, like a dumbed down one.
No.
You get ass.
I mean, we can ask Google, Alexa. No, but I remember that.
No, that come on, man.
So what does second place get?
Nothing. You go home with nothing, man. You come. We'll see you next year.
Second place gets a trophy, and other things. You get a banner. You get a banner in college for second.
I won championships in college, and we ain't came second place. We ain't get nothing.
You get something. I don't know.
Regional.
You might get for advancing plaque or something.
3-time regional champion.
Played in the regionals. But nah, you're not getting
doing that, bro.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm
Charles Barkley live.
I would be completely truthful. I think even with the kids, me having a young athlete, you know what I'm saying, for my grandson, I like when they I don't like when they give everybody this participation.
Everybody gets a trophy now.
I thought it was cool. I thought it was okay to just, you know what I'm saying, have one winner.
It's definitely giving the wrong message.
You know what I'm saying? You definitely giving the wrong message. You talk about everybody, you got the last place people even able to play in the playoffs. That stuff is ridiculous.
And see, and that's what motivates a kid. That's what puts that fire in the kid when they're young and they lose and they sitting over there and they watching the other team celebrate. 100%. You know what I'm saying? Now you want to, you got these parents and, you just got these people that's just trying to, baby these kids, like they feelings and all that. You know what I'm saying? But that's what make you, if we weren't hurting at some moment, at some space, we wouldn't have pushed through. And made it as part of life.
The kids today now, we cover everybody. We cover all the kids in bubble wrap.
Yep.
And then we wonder why they can't go through nothing when they hit ready to life. They can't take rejection. They don't have enough likes on Instagram, all kinds of weird shit. Instead of being able to take defeat, understand losses, see when shit don't work. You know what I'm saying? Because what's going on, the way we view things right now, if everybody wins, then what's the reason for competition? What's the reason to excel? I'm already going to win something for this.
And it's crazy because it's not even real life. Because when you get out to the corporate world or out in the real world, everybody don't win. Somebody's going to get a better job than you, or the job that you want, the position you want, the girl that you want, everything, the car that you want. Like that's just not real life. So you're just setting them up for super depression and failure. Because there's no way.
Life's supposed to be fair.
Life is not fucking fair. It's absolutely not.
This is ironic, right? I buried a friend of mine today, right? There's a friend of mine today. His nickname is Duck. His boxing name is Tokyo. He had mental health issues, right? He ended up committing suicide, right? But we started boxing together as children. All the fellas out there, they know, all the boxing people, they know who this guy is. He was 4 world champions when we were kids. You know what I'm saying? So he never went pro. The point I'm trying to make is that it was a joke. One time my mom, we went to the Ohio State Fair, and he beat the hell out of the kid that he fought. But because we were in Ohio State Fair and the kid was from Ohio, they gave the actual win to the kid from Ohio. So they took the medal and they gave it to him. He didn't want it. And I remember him going to my mom, right? And he gave it to my mom. And he was like, I don't want this. You know what I'm saying? I want it. I deserve it, And she said, I'm going to hold on to it, for you. And when you want it, you come back and get it. But that's the kind of what I grew up on. Yeah. Even with that, she didn't go like this. Hey, you know what I'm saying? She didn't sell him a dream. You let the fight be close, and that's what close gets you.
Yeah,
next time you fight this kid, you don't let the fight be close, and you ain't got to worry about who won. You feel me? And I like that kind of that adrenaline, that feeling the kids get when they know they can strive to the next level. Because a lot of kids, the AAU has changed the game.
Hey, hold on. Sitting here thinking about that, they do get runner-up trophies.
The trophy is about rings.
3rd place and shit. I'm just saying. They do, because you was talking about the plaque with the medal with the boys. So yeah, they do give those, when you're young, you know what I'm saying? And I guess, that motivates the kid too, because if you came in 2nd place, you like, next year I'm gonna come back. I need to be 1st. Or we was sure. 3rd place. I remember YBOA back in the day, AAU, shit like that. So yeah.
You're looking at that dumbass bronze.
But they ain't giving no rings for the world champions, though. They ain't giving no rings.
We gotta look it up. We gotta ask Google.
Like, for instance, with boxing, if I'm fighting Golden Gloves, right? For me to make it to the actual final round in the Golden Gloves and the opportunity to win the Golden Glove, if I lost the Golden Glove, that's not something to hang my head about that particular loss because I had to defeat everybody to get to this point. That's not what we're talking. I'm saying in general, rewarding kids when they have not accomplished anything yet, to me, is what I consider to be a discredit to us in our community. Everybody's a winner. No, everybody's not a goddamn winner. The kid that was put his finger in his nose and wasn't trying to catch the baseball could not be a winner because he didn't do anything to win anything.
Yeah.
That's all I'm trying to say.
I agree.
With sports in general, Eddie, you played the sports on the highest level. Even when you got to the collegiate level playing, you got to remember something. Don't tell me these jokers at the Y deserve to be in a conversation with y'all. I'm going to tell you what I never seen. Me and Evie been together for a long time. I never seen him have an argument with nobody about basketball. I never seen it happen. And I just don't see it happen. Anytime any pros that I know, and I know more than my share, they don't have real debates with people who didn't play on the level. Because it's not really a debate because you don't know what the hell going on. So when it comes to these kids and winning and losing, they shouldn't be talking about in the winner's circle being that winners.
Yeah. I know whenever I have kids, I'm gonna be just like how you are with your sons, like and Mark is with Gav. Yeah. Like, nah, listen. We going to win. Yeah. And if you don't win, you can cry about it all day if you want to. Get on that court, get better. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Ain't nothing else to talk about. You didn't win.
It's a rite of passage.
That's it. How you got you know, I mean that's what we used to say in just back in the day in life. Like I learned everything about life through sports at an early age. How to deal with people, how to take losses, how to take wins, and how to act like a human being, whether I won or lost or tied or whatever. Getting in fights or speaking up for my teammates, all of that. So how are you going to learn that if you just, good job, you just participated. Oh my God, no, get the fuck out of here with that. It's
tight when they lost.
Yeah, tight.
I remember crying my eyes.
I used to fight my teammates. Like, nigga, you didn't set that screen. We would fight teammates, but then go on the court and battle again the next fucking day. That shit didn't mean nothing.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you when it took everything. We can talk about sports, that's fine. I'm going to tell you how bad things are. I remember getting my driver's license. Mm-hmm. Getting a driver's license was the rite of passage.
Yeah, big deal.
I don't care how much money your mother had or how broke she was. When you got to a certain age, you went and got your license. She was like, I'm not going to tell you how to go. You need to go get your license. Look, so you had to figure out to go take the driver's test on your own. You had to figure out how to go take the learners. Everything you had to do on your own, it was a rite of passage. And your ass didn't give it to you with 18 is because you didn't deserve it till you was 18.
Fucking up, yeah.
Now kids go to little college, everything is given to you. And when things are given to you, you don't appreciate it. That's all I'm saying.
Well, yeah. With all that being said, congratulations to Denver. They deserved it. So that was just on the top of the list just because it's the freshest thing. It was last night.
And Mike and Coach Malone, that's my man.
Yeah, I like him.
Man, he believed in me back then.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So the next biggest thing, I guess, is all that craziness that happened last week with the Canada wildfires, and somebody, I don't know if I was talking to you. Somebody said, Drake's about to come out with his own strain of marijuana, so he wants to burn everything else down.
No, you weren't talking to me.
Somebody said that shit to me. I was like, what are you talking about?
He want to let you know the smog and the fog.
All the conspiracy theories.
What the fires did let you know is how interconnected we all are.
Yeah.
How you think something's on another country.
It's just,
even though
just a line on the map.
It's just a line on the map. We drew these lines. Nature didn't draw them. So if you got 435 fires burned at one time and people not putting them out, then you got that cover. You imagine. Yeah, it's like just to think for a second that something so far away can make a difference in the days and our air quality, how you breathe here.
All the way down here.
You know what I'm saying? So anybody think that global warming and all this shit ain't real, man, just think about them fires for a minute, man.
Look, I've been in the fire, man. That smoke real. You know what I'm saying? I was in a hotel when we caught on fire, man. I had to get up out of there. It was like a door down from me where it started. I opened my door, just a crack to see what's going on. So much smoke out in the room, black shit, man, it was crazy. But I ended up getting up out of there, man. I ain't gonna do this long story, but yeah, them fires serious. But I making it all the way over here.
Yeah, that was wild to me. I was like, damn.
The whole sky to blot out the sun.
I couldn't even.
New York
so strong. New York was way worse.
The whole East Coast was messed up.
Yeah,
man, I got the
New
video.
York looked insane.
My cousin sent the video from New York. That thing, Gotham City.
New York looked like what's the zombie movie? Yeah, one of those. That's what it looked like. I was like, Walking Dead. That's what it should look like. I was like, damn, New York looks crazy right now.
City Statue, then we had a mask on.
That's how it looked.
Oh man, this is vicious. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm
damn.
Yeah, imagine what they had.
Yeah, if I woke up to that, I don't even know what I would think.
Hey, listen, I asked somebody, I said, what if you woke up to that and it was just like that for the next 90 days?
That's right.
That's crazy.
Like every day we wake up, we go outside and look like that.
Shit was bad when they said DC said all parking enforcement is suspended. I said,
oh shit.
Oh, that's what
you know it's bad when they do that.
All parking enforcement suspended. I said, they serious.
Yeah. You know what? To your point though, when you're like, what if they just said, what if it was just like that for like 90 days? But that's just like us when we woke up to COVID. Yeah. One day, like, okay, it's gonna be 2 or 3 days, but then it's like, oh no, this is.
It became a way of life.
It came from a couple days. They didn't even say anything, and then to like, for me, I was like, nah, it's gonna be like 2 weeks. That we're just gonna be kind of because we were still outside, but. I remember it was February 17th. No, March 17th. No, February 17th.
When they shut it down?
No, it's
when they shut
March.
it down.
March.
I think they shut it down in March. But they initially
COVID? Yeah, March.
They shut it down in March, but it came out and was kind of like messing things up in February.
December, January is when it first started.
Yeah, that's when it started hitting. And then it started getting serious in February, and then March they were like, everything shut down, bang. And then, God damn it, how long were we in there for?
Man,
I still got PTSD. God damn it.
You remember coming to my shop? We having parties and hiding.
Oh yeah, I never made it to one of those though. Actually, I never.
You made one of my parties, right? Yeah.
At the garage, right?
Yeah, the garage.
Yeah, y'all were playing basketball and everything out there.
I know you did.
Oh yeah, I was there for sure.
Nah, I didn't make it.
Bottom line, it was like almost exciting to be able to come out at all
and see people.
Yeah, and I remember going to Virginia. When you could goddamn get a hookah for $15, when you started going to Virginia, they wanted the kidney.
No,
hookah. And Jane remember going out there, we was like, well, it was crazy. Wasn't it how they was out for a ball of 42, they wanted
That's why
they started at first 42 was like $300 and that's what I was getting it, so we didn't care. Then it went to $550.
Oh, you talking about y'all talking about
the Magnums, remember? It went 70 up in the Magnums. I'm like, what the fuck?
It just was getting out of hand.
And at these small ass places.
Like you said, just a little bit of something going to change our way of life makes us change the way we do everything. Think about for something. If you took right now and had a burning car on 495 and just blocked 495, let's just say at the same time something happened on 395, everything is shut down. Literally. We don't realize how interconnected everything is.
Yeah.
And how everything can be stopped just on a moment's notice. So you gotta be careful with that.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta be careful.
I definitely don't think I could go through another pandemic. That would be out of hand.
Man, I got a homie that kind of lost it, man, sitting in that house by himself. Nah, like he don't care. No,
I'm sorry, I didn't even mean to laugh.
Listen, I'm saying I laughed at first like, man, you tripping. But then it hit me like he ain't had nobody really interact with. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He only interacted when he came out, went to work. So he was just by himself.
He get locked up for a day or two. You gonna tell her everybody?
Holmes, he kind of like lost it. He's scared. Look, because he got a phobia about people having the germs and shit passing. He had people die. Like it fucked him up. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely can fuck you up mentally. Even to go to the extent, I had a cousin. She just passed from cancer, and I was thinking about in the grieving process of it, of like us being our ages and like people who die with no children. No relative, like no husband, no mate, no nothing. And it's like you could literally be in the house dead.
Yeah, for a few days.
I lost my dad during COVID, right? And I still think he died from COVID. They found him like a few days later. His neighbors noticed he wasn't coming out of the house. And so I remember getting the phone call. They wouldn't let me in to see him. But I always felt that he died alone. And it kind of fucked with me a little bit to know that you might die alone.
That's probably the worst thing.
Yeah, I've been in relationships where I didn't jump broke and I didn't marry.
Yeah.
And I always say, you know, where at least if you're right and you got somebody that's checking on you, care about you, even close friends, they're constantly monitor you and watch out for you. Because during COVID, I had good and bad experiences. I had experiences where we kind of pooled together and had these nice parties and was able to hang out together and smoke hookah and drink and kick the ball. But I also had people reach out trying to scam me. There was so many people I thought were my friends trying to get money out of me. It was weird. I was like,
it was a weird time.
What they were saying.
Bro, I'm telling you, they would hit me with shit like the little schemes where, you know, if you, Ponzi scheme type things.
There was
and
a lot of those going
around. I know the schemes, right, in the game. So I'm looking at you, I said, man, come on, man. I thought we were friends. But you look at me like I'm victim. Right now, you ain't getting no money coming in.
So
you trying to
weird shit.
I'm going to tell you the weird thing. The way I used to address it was weird, though, too. If I knew it was a scam, I would say stuff like, okay, no problem. How much you need? So they would say 5. I said, okay. So the 500 need back 15? Yeah. Well, I'm going to give you 5,000. I'm going to need back the 15. Come on, pick it up. Nah, I just want the 500. I said, I'm going to give you 5,000. And I need back the 15. Because guess what? 500, you know, we fucked that off at the table. With 15,000, 5,000, I'm going to need to see you out there.
Right.
The point I'm trying to make is that COVID caused the worst to come out of some people and the best survivors to come out of others.
Absolutely.
I seen a girl who beat the people for the PPP money. Now, all the people I saw popping bottles acting a donkey, it is what it is. And she took her little money and went, I'm not lying, $12,000 she got. She bought a goddamn ice cream truck for somebody for $8,000. License and everything. She stopped the truck with the other few thousand she had. By the time the IRS caught up with her, she had 3 trucks. She got 3 trucks. She had their $12,000 to pay them back.
Right.
They waived it, even though they said she was wrong for making a fake company. They gave her a little fine for that and waived the rest of the loan. They said, that's what you're supposed to do. So I've seen millionaires and good business people cover for COVID. Then I've also seen people when they get $180,000 of free money they got. So, like I said, I think
reasons why we don't need to go through another one, because if you already have mental health issues, it's going to be even more violent.
It was
tweaking like shit.
But I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I kind of miss it. Just the quiet and
solitude.
Yeah, like I'm kind of weird like that. I'm a Virgo. I'm like my mom's only child, so I like my bubble. So like I'd have no problem being alone in my own thoughts, but not for like fucking a year. But like, you know, I'm cool. You know what I mean? And you know, my men, we all check up on each other. We'll talk on the phone.
But
we'll get with each other.
if you were not allowed to speak to
I get it. I get that. I definitely get that part. And if I wasn't allowed to speak to nobody and just completely solitude, then that's something different. But like, sometimes I just miss the not having to make any move because there's no move to make.
But did you ever catch it? Did you catch COVID?
No.
See, I actually caught it.
Mm-hmm.
And nothing
I don't think so anyway.
What's weird is I took the shot and I damn near died. I actually laid on the couch, man, for like probably about 12 days, right? I was erasing my browsers to this motherfucker. This shit got that serious. So I laid on the couch, right? And I remember
making sure shit was clean.
Bro, I sat there and erased all my browser history. Said, mother found me right here. But that's what the shit affected me. But the shit affected me in a fucked up way, right? So what's weird is, I'm gonna tell you something. I asked my partner, he leaving out the house. He say, "Man, you all right?" Like, motherfucker, you see me? Shot the head laying here, right? He was like this. He said, "You need anything?" This is what I said. I need some fruit. This is what you want. This is oranges. I remember this motherfucker around bringing back a bag of oranges and they rotten, right? Bro, I remember cutting the oranges and just being so grateful to eat a piece of it that wasn't rotten. That's how bad I felt. So I'm laughing about the COVID shit, but COVID had a lot of experience with me, and that span showed me what people were about. It let me lose my dad. Yeah. It let me recover from that. It let me get my health back. Because see, one thing about life, everything we want, we think like this. We literally want to be astronauts, we want to do all these things. And then things started to get tighter and tighter. During COVID, I wanted to just live. I didn't want all the other shit, the cars, and whatever, the jewelry. I wanted to be alive. I wanted to be able to breathe well.
Effective.
Yeah, that's
so
real.
You got to start thinking about, it was a good life lesson for a lot of people. And a lot of people lost it. So I don't know.
Well, I mean, like you said, that's
violent.
COVID, the fires, like global warming is action and reaction. The things that we do, that we put out there, you know, they say COVID was made in a lab and they were trying to do this and it got out, blah, blah, blah. Either way, there was something that happened and it caused something else. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, we can't be out here doing everything that we're doing to this planet and just think the water is going to be here forever. The oil is going to be here forever. The electricity is going to be here forever. This shit's going to run. It's running out. We got to figure this shit out. Like, I'm not even worried about our generation for real, but like our kids, this is going to be fucked up out here if this shit don't change. And it's not, and also think about it, during COVID when there was no cars, no nothing, the world felt like that.
No question.
I think they should do that every other year. Just shut shit down for 2 months. No cars, no nothing, no driving. Yeah, all of that.
It felt dolphins was in the Potomac. Dolphins.
Bro.
Anybody know about it? Dolphins was running around.
Yeah, the geese were in Venice. The fucking, even just around here, just the trees look different. Everything, the sky was bluer, everything. So it's
Man leaves a vicious footprint.
Vicious.
You take that footprint away, shit get normal.
Yeah,
shit change.
I mean, you take all these thousands of cars, everybody going to work and polluting the air, and like it has to have some kind of effect. And people that don't believe in global warming are fucking goofy as fuck.
That's right.
Like, I don't even understand like how you can even deny it. Yeah, like Miami is literally drowning. Right. Like there's water coming out the sewers.
Is just becoming water.
Yeah.
And now the map was so crazy.
They gonna be partying down there. The club gonna break in half and float away and shit. Hey, that's gonna be crazy.
Listen.
No, but you gotta remember the neighborhood. I know a friend of mine, she has like 7 or 8 properties there, right? She only had all her properties in bad neighborhoods. Not great neighborhoods, but kind of like in between. Shit, not right now. Her properties are worth so much more because the actual front, the water is moving in. And as everything is sinking down and the water's picking up, now they try to buy her properties at a different number, at a different price. Well, people don't understand, like, this country and the world itself, when the haves have everything and the have-nots have nothing, right, is when everything will be shot in. Right now, we're in a situation like the economy, the way we see things spinning out of control. Mm-hmm. Anybody keep an eye on this stuff, you know that something is getting ready to happen. You just can't quite put our finger on it. You know what I'm saying? Bump the weirdo president. I'm talking about all the things that have been going on. You feel something's about to happen. You can feel it. So be prepared. If COVID didn't do nothing, COVID prepared you for the unthinkable. If you had told me that my tow company would have suffered, if you had told me that my barbershops would have suffered, I would have laughed in your face. I would have told you how much money I make with these things. And all of that shit got shut down. Niggas wasn't paying booth rent, the malls were motherfucking closed, and the guy, you couldn't impound your repo. Did anybody tell you something different, they fucking lying.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about, if you look like, you talk about things like barbershops and goddamn toning. Those are bulletproof businesses. Am I correct?
Shit, everybody was affected.
Everybody got hurt.
But yeah, we feel you. That shit real. It was real.
Yeah.
Hey, black people, go explore Africa, man. That's why I always say, hey, whatever happens, because one thing I know for a fact is that even during COVID, the numbers they were reporting here and the numbers they were reporting there, and my family and it was a completely different situation with no resources over there. No real medical crazy resources with all the shots and vaccines, So, you know, we have a whole continent over there that's waiting for us to put the infrastructure in and get out of it what we're supposed to get out of it. Right now, China's over there raping the continent to death. So, you know, black people especially, you know, whether you know where you're from or you don't know where you're from, it doesn't even matter. Go to Africa, see what's going on over there. and just get ready. Because like you said, something is about to happen. Not like maybe worldwide, maybe not, but definitely in this fucking country. Definitely to the Western world.
You feel it?
Man.
Yeah.
Man.
Every empire falls. Rome, Constantine, everything.
You talking to one thing I can say about everybody in this room, including George, I almost feel sorry for people who don't travel. I feel so sorry for people who don't leave their club.
Mm-hmm.
I feel a certain pain for people when I'm having a conversation and they don't have a passport.
They've never been nowhere.
It's like it's a really, really difficult conversation, and I normally don't feel sorry for people when they put themselves in. But when I hear people, nowhere, you never been anywhere, and I'm not supposed
to have the choice, like,
and to be able to go. Like you said, we can watch. We watch Instagram enough when someone pop up. Tickets to Canada for $57. You go to Jamaica right now for $65. You be like, this one, well, shit, I'm going to Jamaica for $65. I can pay for the hotel for one night.
Exactly.
So all I'm trying to say is this.
40% off base rate.
Don't let them trick you. Africa, countries like this that we come from, that we originated from, they want to tell you they're the worst place in the world, but notice everybody's trying to get a foot over there.
Yeah. And right now is the time to go.
All of these different spots all over the world. If you don't, you gotta see what's going on to know what's going on. To be in the dark, the devil told you that he didn't exist. That was his biggest trick.
Yep.
Trust me, the devil is anybody that can tell you something about a place that you've never been, that you never even look at or be curious about.
Yeah. And this, I'm gonna just add this to it. This is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. Like, I'm just gonna give an example, because some people in this country may be not in the financial situation to be able to buy a house or a condo or anything like that, because everything is so ballooned and sky high. My family has a lot of property back home, but my mother, so now before everybody had to build their own houses and build their own whatevers. Now there's developers, they're building whole complexes of condos. My mom bought a condo last year for $50,000. They offered her another one for $41,000. She bought them both to Airbnb because we're a tourist country. And they offered her another one again. So now is the time to go there and us four can go in there, put $10,000 a piece in and have a condo and rent that shit for dollars and euros for, Airbnb or whatever have you, or have a place to stay when we go there, XYZ. My point is, Africa is at the place where the United States was during the Industrial Revolution, where all the Rockefellers and all those people got stupid, dumb rich. Right now, you can go in there with not that much money and get something really, really good and really, really nice and set yourself up for success later. So I'm going to leave it at that with that.
Yeah, tap in, man.
You got to tap in on that.
Man,
it's there.
It's damn wide open, man. Pause.
My man, I talked to him. Mm-hmm. He did the skinny calves, the 3-wheel calves.
Yeah.
And man, my mom, before she passed, she went to every country in Africa that would allow her in. There's a couple of them at war. So she wasn't going, but that was her thing. I remember her showing me a bunch of pictures, just really nice pictures. And she said, I want you to pick the nicest looking place from all over the world. And I turned around, every picture I picked was South Africa. Mm-hmm. And she said, Mom, listen, it's impossible for your eye to pick what you think is beautiful and where you should be, and you not go. You know what I'm saying? So with that being said, we all travelers, we all go places, we all enjoy ourselves. I really, really push this on everybody out there. I don't care where the trip is taken. I've been all over the world. I done tasted snowflakes on my tongue in countries where you didn't know it snowed. I'm telling you, enjoy yourself, travel. Do not let these people trick you into staying in your neighborhood, or make you think your block is worth dying for, or make you think your city is worth repping, when really the world is yours.
Yep. And that's a good segue into the next topic and the last thing that we're going to touch on. We've kind of touched on it at different episodes at different times with things going on in this city in particular, but just the country, man. Just last week, there was the shooting at the graduation in Richmond. Here in DC, there was a shooting at somebody's funeral. Just a couple of days ago, a girl got shot by a dude that she was on a date with, that she said she didn't want him to come in the house, a third date or whatever. and he goes to the other side of the car and starts shooting her up. So, you know, and I wanted to actually read something that DJ Boogie, shout out to DJ Boogie, that he posted, and I reposted on my page. There was a couple of stuff on his story that I screenshotted. So these are his words. Y'all really shoot up a 10-year-old girl's funeral. 10-year-old girl that got hit by a stray bullet in the first place, and y'all out here shooting up high school graduations. I really got no words for this shit. Nothing on IG would let me post anyway. Shit is truly sad. And he goes on to say, when he was 12, 13, 14 years old, the only thing I was thinking about was playing football for real, going outside after school, chilling with friends, playing with the neighborhood, you know, XYZ, as we, you know, regular kid stuff, right?
Yeah.
He said, fast forward to 2023, 12 to 14-year-olds, damn near the leaders in carjackings, armed robberies, attempted robberies, B&E. Yeah. What the fuck, bruh? So this is the last thing he said, is that a lot of the parents around my age, which is like the 23 to 28-year-old age, are to blame, because these y'all badass kids. Y'all thought it was cute when they were younger, throwing up middle fingers or gang signs in pics, cursing in videos, etc. Y'all laugh and have the child thinking it's all okay. They've been listening to God knows what kind of music since they was babies, like your little, like they are your little sidekicks instead of your fucking children. Keep keeping them out of school whenever, just cause you ain't feeling it today or whatever your dumbass reason y'all be having. Now, by the time they hit teenage years or close to that, they're buck fucking ass wild, SMH. The Boogie was going off. I had to screenshot everything that he said.
I remember where he was posting this stuff.
Yeah.
What he's saying is facts.
Yeah, and he said they don't want to do kid activities because y'all done had them around adults their whole life thinking they gang. Yeah. Now they really want to be gang. And I'm sure y'all don't want to hear it. And there's plenty of excuses, et cetera, and that's the goddamn problem.
Amen.
And people always want to say about people like that make those type of statements, well, y'all don't have kids, y'all don't know. No,
man, shut the fuck up.
It's right from wrong. It's right and then there's wrong.
We all grew up in a certain era with our parents that if you even, bro, I still to this day I feel very uncomfortable if I curse around my mom.
I'm trying to figure out where I got the respect from my parents.
Because that's how we were raised. That's just,
these kids don't got no respect.
If you said something sideways to your parents, your mother's friend is gonna smack you across the face.
Yeah, like they don't got no respect.
We grew up in a different era. We grew up with real grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Like real grandparents.
Yeah, but do you remember like when you had to like respect is just a part of life. Like, but these kids don't got it.
It's like they say when they were coming from babies. It's whatever.
The age thing is weird. Basically, I grew up in the 80s and 90s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when I grew up, when I was coming up, I was so embarrassed about making money. When I was in the streets making money, I was very embarrassed. So when I hit my block,
you used to have to hide it.
I would hide. We parked the car 2 blocks away, and I would walk up because I didn't want Miss Smith or Miss Jones seeing me driving. And they told me, "Hey, Rob, stop. Come in. I need you to help me with this trash. Yep. I need you to move that. Or why did you come in so late last night?"
Yeah.
I had to talk and answer questions, and I was embarrassed about certain stuff.
And you might have made $20,000 that day.
At the same time, at 14, 15, I was out of control.
Right.
But what they're saying, I had a degree of respect for anybody who was older than me.
Right.
It like you said,
especially the women.
Cursing in front of my mom. And me and my mom had our differences. Mm-hmm. And me and my dad had our differences. I don't remember ever cursing in front of my mom. I can't remember that. And so, let me say this. People today, you're so desperate for likes from your own kids. You want your own kid to be your buddy.
To be your friend.
And that's not your friend.
But that's why I'm saying the age range is different. Versus like my parents, my sister is 9 years older than me. So my mother, of course, had her when she was 20, 21. But as far as with me, my parents were in their 30s when they had me. So it's also a lot of different aspects with that. But I spent most of my core years with my grandparents, who were real grandparents. Like, we getting up in the morning, early in the morning, we're going to make breakfast, we're going to clean off the table, we're going to go outside, we're going to do these little activities, we're going to come inside, we're going to bed at a certain time. Now kids be out on the block at 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock in the morning, gang banging. They got the baby out there like, oh, well, my baby with me, just because that don't make it right.
Yeah, I seen it something on Instagram where I couldn't tell if the kid had smoked the little elf bar, but the hookah bar or whatever, but he got the cursing, this, and this, that. Everybody thought it was funny. I don't find it funny when I see young children disrespect their parents or mother. You think that's hilarious, and it's really not. Because, see, I remember growing up in the PCP era, and when hard drugs are like that, when people thought certain shit was funny. I remember growing up in our black communities when you thought if anything happened to a young girl, it was horrifying. But if a young boy was getting pussy at 9, 10, 11 years old, it was funny. This shit ain't funny. Anything where a kid is coming out of context of being a kid, enjoying bicycles and crayons and shit like that in cartoons. When you turn around and let me know that Santa Claus ain't real and Easter Bunny and shit is, I'm fucked up about it. Somebody had to tell me when I was a kid that I was dirty. So I remember, I can distinctly remember, I was going to the goddamn drugstore and a dude cut in front of us and I was three kids older than us. And my little brother said something to him. The guy said something slick. Because I was still getting stuff. You know how you got your brother holding space in line, you get the last few items. And I remember getting back in line and my little brother said, they cut in front of us. And I say, my man, woo. And I remember the song, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And the guy said, if it ain't dirty, show it is, brother. And this is what he said. We get outside, we walk, and my brother said, hey, are we dirty? I remember that. I'm telling you what I'm saying is we were still kids, bro. And
now, that would have been a shoot.
Right. 100%.
That would have been, I'm going to put out on you.
Stabbing and something.
What I'm trying to make is that everybody now is we live in a world where the things that don't mean anything are causing people to lose their lives. We got the kid the other day, 3 kids got on that bus. They killed another kid.
Yeah, I didn't even mention that joint.
And all we could do was see a gun network, a gun jam.
And they was in middle school. They was in middle school.
Jam a gun to keep a kid from getting killed. You can see it on video. And then this same kid had just killed another young lady or accused of killing another young lady somewhere
allegedly.
I said accused of. So what I'm saying is at this point, you got to start rethinking what you instill in, what you put in will come out.
Bro, these kids are like
it starts at the head of the fish.
Yes, and it's the parents.
The same kid that you are in the video with yelling, "Yeah, my motherfucking baby."
Yeah, look at man. Go ahead, and show him your signs, man.
He's gonna be the same mother. Give me your bitch. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly.
Or you see a girl, her daughter dressed like her.
Right.
You got a little horn and a big horn.
Nah, for real.
No, to be honest, it is. Because I have teenage employees at my store. And I be thinking in my mind, I know y'all mamas don't be talking to you. Because I have to talk to y'all too much. And I don't even have any fucking kids. Like, what the hell do y'all be talking about? It just be a lot of nothing. A lot of foolishness. A lot of fighting and
what you always saying about this generation? Like they're basically like crack babies.
No, for real.
They're basically like crack babies. Like all this. When the baddest of the bad, maybe not even when we were growing up, maybe like the generation after that's having these little, like the baddest of the bad that was smoking and doing whatever they were doing back then,
pills.
and popping pills while they're probably pregnant.
So you know, hey, but
these little dumbass kids come out and now that's what you're dealing with.
Hey, but look, we feel it. We also get upset because we got some common sense. You feel me? Us foreign, some of our people. Like a lot of people don't have that. You know what I'm saying? And we mad at them or we talking crazy about them, but they just don't know. They might,
and then they defend themselves.
Look. They just had a graduation class of I think 30-something
kids.
Slim, when I graduated, it was 472 people in my 12th grade.
Kids graduated from
Anacostia. No, Anacostia. Something this year. Anacostia or something. 36 12th graders, man.
Yeah.
Our kids ain't going to school.
Like public school, not private school. I went to private school. I had more kids and there was 300 kids in my whole school.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? So they're not learning. They're not learning comprehension. They're not learning the skills and techniques we learn with just reading and, history class, just all the classes we had.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like they just out here video games, Instagram.
That's it.
And
trying to get pussy,
whatever they see, and they
all of that shit. Yeah.
Like let me say this. See, that's the layer that's between us is that I'm a little bit ahead of y'all. And my shit was just as bad. My graduating class was really, really small.
But you grew up that was in the fucking, these kids are living in fucking Dubai compared to this. Compared to where you grew up. It was Chirac out here. Like,
what I'm saying is it gives me hope.
That things to get better. Bro.
No, I'm just telling you, it gives me hope things to get better. When we hear something horrendous, when we hear something really, really bad, right? It's normally followed by people pulling together, communities pulling together, things getting better. I'm telling you, I don't see that happening.
Like
today,
I agree.
Today, listen, me and Ebou were outside, 9 hours.
Yeah,
some Caucasian brother comes running out, shaking like a research monkey. Somebody tried to bag his ass around the corner and take his car. He had to find some place to run into. Us being good black folks, Ebou let him in the door. But it was weird to know that kids are carjacking people out here with traffic moving, flowing.
Yeah.
In broad daylight, whatever. They are actually doing these things. And I'm telling you, listen, people, you gotta reach one, you gotta teach one. You cannot watch these things go on and say it's gonna change without your help.
But you know what? I agree with everything that you just said, but what I disagree with is I'm an optimist, and I want to believe that it's going to get better with these kids. So the difference between when you were coming up in high school and when, like, me and Eddie and everybody, like, all the shit that was going on in D.C., the drug wars and all that shit that was really, really, really serious, and even to come to certain sides of D.C., it's like, what are you talking about? Like, we saw that we had DARE, we had safety patrols, we had certain activities that we could do. These kids ate, like he said, video games, Instagram, Pornhub, and trying to fuck bitches, and trying to smoke, and Twitter. That's it. Like, they don't have, like, we were so scared. I didn't do.
But when you think those programs came, they were born out of tragedy. That's what
they were. But they're not. And we also had, most of our parents had some sense. These kids, it's like the perfect storm of nonsense bullshit. Perfect storm.
And you also have to think about it. The OGs now are not the same OGs that we
exactly.
were. So what I'm saying is if you're 10, 11 years old, right, and you're standing on the block with your OGs, and you're not going to school every day, them motherfuckers not asking you ain't go to school today. They standing with
back when you were doing like, they
and
be like,
bruh. It's just a repetition of standing on the block every day, not doing shit. Jack shit. Nobody making no money. We just looking at each other.
And there was a different code.
Hold on, I got a question. Everybody here has a belief system.
Mm-hmm.
You believe in God, or you believe in God.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I do too. When things get any worse, is when they'll get better. Yeah, I have to believe that. Listen, I'm gonna tell you something.
Yeah, we know. That's
I'm gonna leave this alone because I don't get into the biblical talk because I just believe it.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you to a certain extent.
Yeah, because there's so much chaos. There's so much.
Term that we say when I get through this. We all use the same term. Well, I don't know how I'm gonna get through this because we're gonna get through this. I know I'm not preaching this,
but you gotta want to.
You gotta want to, and you're right.
Do you think they want to?
These programs you said, DARE,
the after school programs,
the safety patrol, all the things that we watch come up, AAU, all of these things were invented to take people away from the block.
Yeah.
It's going to happen again.
And that's how some of these kids were traveling. That could like on these traveling teams and whatnot. Like whether they, their parents could afford the community come together, everybody put their money together, X, Y, Z. I just man, these motherfucking kids and their goddamn parents suck, bro. They're terrible.
Hey, listen.
They suck.
Ebou stands on that.
I stand on that, man, because I see it, bro.
I always go back and forth with them, and I be like, bro, we got to be the ones to teach them. We got to be the ones to keep speaking the shit to them, like putting up under our
for sure. And the ones that want to,
with Eddie's and Mark's sons, Mark Fawcett, my man, shout out.
Yeah. Mr. Greenhouse.
Mr. Greenhouse.
Yeah.
I actually go to the kids' games, right? And I remember, I go because these are my men.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love them. You know what I'm saying? They can walk on water just like you. Y'all walk on water. The point I'm trying to make is, I see the future in it.
Yes.
I'm not saying I'm skipping the 12, 14, 15-year-olds' name.
Mm-hmm.
But when I go to them games, I see the purity of competition, athleticism, solid fathers, good mothers.
Because they have a good foundation.
I know this is going to happen.
Yeah, they have a good foundation. They got Mark, they got you, they got Eddie, they got us. No matter who falls.
What he's saying is it's a mess. It's but with chaos and confusion, man, it's gonna be a mess. And we living in them times right now. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what's gonna happen tomorrow. The smoke fog, like we just talked about, man. We don't know. We hearing booms in the sky, over by Andrews Air Force Base. Like, we don't know what they doing out here.
No facts.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we got to go through all this, man, for the man to come back and clear all this, man, and cleanse it and shit, man. This is my.
It's just getting so wild though. Like who in their right mind thinks I'm gonna go shoot up a graduation? Because it don't matter who you're beefing with back in the day. Ain't no way anybody before 2005 is going to a graduation and shooting that shit or a funeral.
Like even that kid the other day with the AK, man. Let me say that. That picture y'all showed that we talked about earlier, like this particular kid, that was a fake gun. It was something about some tennis shoe shit. I ain't get into that, but he basically came back and screwed with us. So they did lock him up.
Mm-hmm.
The gun wasn't real. They did
Thank God for that.
But they did let him go that night.
They should have kept his ass a whole week.
What does that prove? What does that teach in that moment?
But what I'm trying to tell you is that I'm 150%. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you. I had a scheme in my head that I think could help a lot of our neighborhoods.
What's that?
Damn bullshit. You know those little like billboards.
Mm-hmm.
The neighborhood I grew up in. I believe if you had a billboard, it told you exactly under no weird circumstances what happened to Mike Mike. Mike Mike carjacked, blah, blah, blah. Mike Mike got 30 fucking years. I think if that billboard flashed and showed you people in your neighborhood and the time that they got and what happened when they died or what the fuck really went on, and you could see it every day, the same way you flash
Instagram and all this.
All that bullshit. If you really showed
what they see happened, they see
what I'm talking about. Now I'm telling you, listen. You think I'm bullshit?
They on Instagram, they seeing it. They seeing guys.
If I'm carjacking,
they seeing the guys getting 65 years. They seeing this. They seeing niggas get their heads blown off.
I get what you saying.
No, they saying free my man because this.
That shit was flashing at the bus stop in my neighborhood.
And you seeing your man that got his head knocked off.
I truly knew he fucking dead. He died. He died stealing out of a store. They shot him in the back. Or he died stealing somebody's car. They blew his ass away at the fucking Sunoco. To me, I'm telling you, a lot of times we live in a fantasy world.
But you're not a crack baby.
But listen, what I'm saying is, look, hold up. Hey, listen, man. Listen, they are seeing the repercussions of situations, man.
Have they friends?
I'm on Instagram. I'll be on that motherfucker, right? Look, listen. I'm on it, right?
I think they do.
I'm on it, and I see youngins trying to rob somebody at the gas station and get ran down with the Draco. That's showing you if you try to rob somebody's car, there's a nigga that's possibly gonna run down on you with the Draco.
Yeah, but it's not Mike Jones, a nigga who lived next door to me who did it.
So you saying because they seeing, I don't know this nigga,
yes.
I'm good.
Yes.
I'm telling you, in every neighborhood,
that's a dummy, because common sense would tell you
that happened to them.
If it's no question that Mike Jones, somebody who I went to school with, that's Miss Jones' son. That motherfucking billboard is flashing right there. Yeah. On the end of the block saying Mike robbed X and X and was shot in the head 3 times.
Hey.
Or Mike robbed X and X and got 35 years. I just believe that when you see things
when you hear the real story,
it's a different.
So you mean
I may not want to rob something.
Listen. So you mean to tell me niggas don't know niggas in their neighborhood that got blasted for doing something, but they still gonna do it?
Guess what they get? That's what they get.
That's the point.
We can't pass a word starting with the beginning of a room in the classroom. By the time we get around here, it's something different. We're not talking about that. We're talking about right.
They are not doing that.
That motherfucking sign says Mike Jones, 35 years. Federal motherfucking parole.
I'm not saying we shouldn't have that. I'm not saying we shouldn't have that. I'm not saying we shouldn't have that. I'm just saying they see it.
They're not talking about that part.
Hey, everything is folklore. Everything is urban legend. I'm telling you, take urban legend out of it. I'm telling you to show you
we should do
exactly where he is. Right now, that nigga sitting in Arizona, goddamn, in a motherfucking Supermax facility, eating motherfucking goddamn Zooms and Whams 23 hours a fucking day on lockdown, taking a shower every other day. And that's where he is right now. If you want to know where he at. Yeah. I'm telling you, I'm just trying to say, I could be
that's
wrong.
Like scared straight.
And I promise you, we don't have no direct answers. But bruh, if we stop trying to figure this shit out.
No, we should. You're definitely absolutely correct. All of those things should happen. We should never give up on the youth, on any generation. It's just, and for real, like I said, I don't really blame them. It's really like their parents, because they probably feel like their parents gave up on them. All they got is the streets. And now you're running around with all 15, 16-year-olds who are all thinking the same type of thing, and everybody's trying to outcloud each other. Yeah, blind leading the blind. And it's like a pack of rabid dogs. You know, when they see a little fucking bunny over there, all they're gonna do is try to eat it and chase it and do whatever to it just because. You know what I mean? It's just there. So, you know, I think these parents need to stay on top of their kids. They need to get themselves educated and out whatever the situation.
And if it ain't the parents, it gotta be
the grandparents, somebody got to step in, man. Pull these little niggas out the fucking neighborhood. If they're in whatever neighborhood they're in, take them over there to fucking.
Lives matter.
Yes.
Let me say something.
That's a new
hashtag. The new governor in Maryland, Westmore, right? It's a book called The Other Westmore that he wrote. I suggest it's really good reading. It's a guy named Westmore that grew up in the neighborhood with him. He had his grandparents and his parents. They made sure he attended church and stuff like that. And things like, you'll read about that in the book. But you'll also read about another guy who took a whole nother life path, who ended up in the penitentiary who had that exact identical name and from the same neighborhood. What I'm trying to say is we can all come out of the sewer, but not be from the sewer. I wasn't a really good guy when I was young coming up. I was a product of my environment. I did what I had to do, but I thought to survive. I could have been a doctor or a lawyer. I think I could have been something a little sharper than that. My son's a robotic engineer. My other son's in the Navy. He's a code breaker. So I've seen everybody start at one particular point. The starting line would be all born. With Black people, certain things are expected of us. We do certain things we consider credit to our race. When we able to speak in full sentences, we also despise and hate it in our neighborhood sometimes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, we have to remember that we can't lose faith in our people. We've been through so much. There's another side to this. And so I definitely feel what you feel when I see these school shootings. I definitely see what you see because I got grandkids, I got sons, I got a granddaughter.
You remember you told me that story about the kid that was messing with your grandson, and the mom came up there, the other kid, trying to get crazy. Exactly. You know, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, but when I'm asking you a question.
But I understand.
Give me out. You know, the kind of guy I am, right? I went to the school.
Yeah.
And I don't know what was going on. Mm-hmm. See, that's why I'm not going to lie to you right now at this point. So when I go to places to protect what's mine, I don't know what's going to happen. But I like to believe that some kind of way we can work it out where they can still attend school together, where nothing violent happens, where nothing crazy happens. Like when I watch, like I'm going to tell you, Eddie is I don't have no problem saying it. It's one of my heroes. When I look at him, I know what he meant. I know what he did and where he traveled to, what he done. So when I see him with the kids in a particular age that he is, right, he has like such an amount of patience for the kids that I wish I had possessed early in life. Like he's very, very calm and very patient. His 3 sons, right? But he's not lenient because he understands the world not gonna cut these boys no break. But at the same time, what I'm giving you, you can't buy it. It can't be purchased, it can't be earned. With young men, we have no conception of time. So we learn from other men, from seeing how they move and how they act. Right. With young women, I know a woman was really, really nasty and disrespectful to her mom. I was dating her. So I said, hey, you so nasty to your mom. I never speak out of turn to my mother. She said, Rob, my mother never taught me how to be a woman. She said the woman on the bus cut in my head, braided me in my sister's hair. When I came in my period, she said a woman on the bus had to teach me what a tampon was and how to use it. And she said I despise my mother for not teaching me how to be a woman. All I'm saying is we have to step up and teach these young men and these young women how to be young men and women. And guess what? Even if 10 of them tell you kiss their ass, what about that 1 or 2 that get it? They're worth it. They're worth not giving up even. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got no children out here. Guess what? You need to find you one of these little jokers out here. I don't care if they're an age baby. Whatever. Grab them and say, guess what? I choose you. You choose them.
For sure.
And I know it sounds good, but I'm telling you.
Oh, he ready.
I ain't choose none of y'all to be my baby.
He ready, bro.
But yeah. It just got to get better out here. It's wild. It's not looking like it's getting better, but we can't give up, like you said, on them. I just want to put more responsibility on these parents that whether you have a 1-year-old
parents or not even responsible, man.
That's what I'm saying. So it's kind of like it's a weird situation, and it's hard. And it's getting worse. There's been over 300 carjackings in our city this year, and this craziness that's going on right now with people shooting up, funerals and graduations. There's no honor code anymore. There's no code of ethics. There's no nothing. People are shooting up playgrounds just to what is happening? That doesn't make sense to me. And I don't know what this remedy is. Like you said, those signs, maybe one thing. Bringing back those after-school programs. But to me, at this point, I'm like, do these kids even want a job? Because you can walk in here and come in here and ask me for a job. They can walk to your co-company and ask you for a job. They can walk to her store and ask for, but they're not. And we're like cool people.
Yeah, but what is it? Listen, you don't know about tying your shoe until somebody showed you what tying your shoe meant. What I'm trying to tell you, I wouldn't know about a job until somebody explained you what a job brings to you. So stop acting like we woke up one morning and understood what something meant until somebody showed us what it meant.
What it means, and
hey, we living in a different time. We living in a different time. They can get on Google. Like everybody's on social media. I know youngest man that be getting on their Instagram all day and don't even got the service plan on their phone. They find the Wi-Fi everywhere. You feel me? Like I know youngest like that, man, around the way. So it's like, man, it's things out here for them to learn. It's like we see all the bad shit going on. It's a lane where people ain't even focus on that, and they striving, they doing their thing, and they being pushed. So, if we know and are connected to somebody on the other side, like Rob just said, out of the 10, maybe 2 listen. Right. Maybe 1 only listen, but at least we got them to the other side, and they might want to pull back, or maybe somebody see them doing something good and won't follow that way.
Facts.
You know, so.
That's all we got, man. Always, it's a village. When they say it takes a village, it's not just a term. It really means something. It takes an entire village to raise one good kid, man. And when you do this, I'm telling you, you may not see the turnaround ASAP or quick, but it's going to happen. Well, I believe, fellas, guess what? I lived through Armageddon. I saw it. Mm-hmm. I saw the sky get dark. I saw over 400 killings in 1 year. Yeah. I saw anything you can think of, from PCP, people jumping off bridges, killing old people, you name it. And guess what? And then we came around to a calmer era and a time because people believe that change can happen. And if y'all, I'm telling you, don't give up on them, bro. No, don't give up.
We ain't giving up on them. We're just saying they're little dumbasses and they need to do better. So on that note, be safe out here. Yeah. Let's not give up on these kids, and let's keep teaching and keep talking about it, and keep just the aunties, the grandmas, the dads, the mom, the whole family, everybody. If your sister ain't raising that baby right and talking about do this and that on camera, nah, come on. Let's go. Come with me for a weekend.
Everything I say, I mean. I adopted my nephew when he was 5 years old. He's 14 now. He graduated from school yesterday. Awesome. I'm super proud of him. So I'm not just talking when I talk to the people out there. People, I'm telling you some good stuff. It's worth it. It's gratifying. You'll never get back what you put in. So I'm not going to lie to you about your investment. But I promise you this. When you see what you can do with the good that God gave you to do it. Just try your hand. It's obligatory out here. We got to do what we're supposed to do.
Amen to that. And on that note, we appreciate y'all. Make sure to tune in. Where are we at? The Smoking Tingz podcast on YouTube. We have all our episodes up there, the clips. Like, subscribe, share, get the word out. We're going to be, soon we're going to be posting on Red Coral. They're going to help us out with getting some numbers up. So that's in the works. So yeah, we're going to continue and make sure our voices are heard. So thank y'all. Goodbye. Peace.
Appreciate y'all.
What's up now? Every day a new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day a new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Every day new day, move things, do things like my life a movie, hey. Pull up in a big man range, straight to the stage, make a big man play. Trade 5 others up.